Hey everyone, it's been a while since I made one of these videos. Um, I guess the reason for that is that I was never interested in making it like a lot of videos in the first place, but um, I thought there were some interesting topics that hadn't been covered on YouTube, so I wanted to go ahead and explain those. But particularly this one, the annotation processing video that I made, was well received. Um, Although admittedly there's a lot of issues with the video and my other videos. The resolution is low, the sound quality is low. I guess the reason for the sound quality being low is I was using my camera's microphone and had a very crappy camera at the time. I guess I still do have the same camera, but I'm not using the camera microphone, so I hope the voice quality is better. And I guess the recording software that I had used, I didn't know how to set it up properly. So the screen resolution on my screen was actually decent, but when I recorded, it just wasn't outputting correctly. So I think I figured all that out. So I'm hopeful that the videos moving forward will be significantly better. Um, However many videos I make, I guess, but I do think that I had it all figured out with the microphone and the video quality. I hope, because a lot of people actually were commenting on those. Improve the sound here, nice video, but text is barely visible. Yeah, so I'm going to make the text bigger this time. Also, having used it as a new microphone, I hope the video output will sound better. But I do think that a lot of people did enjoy the content in regards to annotation processing, particularly. Um, I guess the video I made with immutable collections is also was well received. Assuming, given that I only have not a whole lot of subscribers right now, these like 2,000, 7,000 views in one. I think this one has also over 7,000. These are like just pretty good, I would say. So thank you everyone for watching the videos. So I decided to make another video series about, again, Java, but particularly I'm hoping to cover this. I want to show you how these libraries, these very prominent Java libraries are made. And what we're going to do together is that we're going to go through every single one of the ones that are listed here. And if you want me to cover more, let me know in the comments. But what I'm going to do is show you line by line how we can recreate these libraries. Obviously not in its entirety, because all of these libraries are maintained by a large number of developers. So I'm obviously not going to promise you guys feature parity, but we are going to cover a lot of what they do, at least at the very high level, so you'll get to see how these libraries actually work under the hood. Obviously, I don't know exactly how they work under the hood, but we're going to, number one, try to have very similar APIs, almost indistinguishable from their actual APIs, and we're going to cover their core functionalities, so that you have at least some idea of how those features can be implemented from scratch. Um, we're going to try not to use other libraries while we're doing this, so we're going to use like core Java as much as we can. Some of them do depend on various forms of other libraries in their original implementation, but we're not going to do that. But only for the ones that use annotation processing, we're going to use this library called Java Poet. It's essentially a string manipulation library that allows you to create classes. So it's just, in my previous video, as I showed, I did not use Java Poet, and it was painful to write classes line by line. And Java Poet makes it very simple. So, for instance, Mockito, GSON, and Event Bus, they all use annotation processing. So we're going to use Java Poet plus with the annotation processing. It's going to make more sense when we do it. Glide doesn't use any annotation processing, so we're not going to need that for Glide. But for the other three, we are going to use Java Poet. and we're going to use annotation processing. And the reason I picked the other three in the first place is because I wanted to, because I guess my annotation processing video was well received, I wanted to do something with annotation processing. I was also surprised that that was a video that was well received, because I don't imagine a lot of people using annotation processing in their day-to-day, I guess, lives. A lot of prominent Java libraries such as these do use annotation processing, but I figured a lot of developers don't use it in their jobs or day-to-day lives. So I figured this is a good place to show how annotation processing can be used in a practical sense. So we're going to do that, and we're going to start off with Mockito. And yeah, this is the beginning of a series for all of these. But if you have more libraries that you want me to create, obviously I would have to be familiar with the library, so don't just pick a very niche library that no one's ever heard of. But these are very prominent. I'm sure everyone's used them at some point. Event Bus is not as much, but I picked it because it has a unique application for annotation processing. So I wanted to highlight that. So, but Mockito, I'm sure everybody used. GSON, everyone I'm sure used. Glide is more so like an Android thing, but I'm sure a lot of people who do Android development did use that. So I wanted to cover that as well. And I wanted to also create a library that's not just annotation processing based, and Glide is not. So we're going to create Glide also, as well as the rest. Yeah, let me know in the comments what other libraries, like I said, you want me to create, and I'll do some research, see if it's doable, and yeah, we'll go from there. Thank you so much.